All right, hey VC, how you doing? My name is Jamie, and welcome back after a cold and chilly weekend. As I mentioned, we had Winterfest in my town, and generally we had a good weekend, but it was super, super cold, so it's nice to be inside warming up. Okay, for this one, I thought I'd touch on a subject that has come up actually, ironically, in a few recent videos. Andrew at Tales from the Crate has kind of touched on this, although he's looked at albums that are sort of advertised as VG and or anything but VG, that sort of thing. I'm not so much focusing on something like that, but the idea in this day and age when a lot of people are buying albums, records, including myself, that you're not always getting what you're paying for, even in used packages and that sort of thing. And talking about not getting what you're paying for, you've got to head on over to Vinyl Community with Steve Carlson, his last upload, his last video. He has been trying to order an R.L. Burnside album, and he's ordered it. He ordered it the first time, and then when it came and arrived in the mail through the ordering, it was a completely different album. He's now on his fourth go. He keeps sending it back, returning the album, orders R.L. Burnside, and then it comes back. It's not a Burnside album, it's something completely different. So you can check out what he's got on his last video, but I tell you, I have watched it now at least 3 or 4 times, and I'm laughing out loud and laughing with Steve on this one. Steve, keep trying. Keep trying. You'll get it. But you got to check it out on Steve Carlson's last upload. Okay, so speaking of that, I've got a couple of examples. Picked this one up used last summer, certainly for a very reasonable price. I'd never owned a vinyl copy or didn't have a vinyl copy of the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour. And again, a great album, came out late 1967, and certainly the same year that Sgt. Pepper's came out. And this, of course, the full-length album version, which is always so cool. In the UK, they released this as a double EP that had just the songs from the TV movie. In the States, this is one of those rare occasions where when they did the different configurations, they really got this right, because they extended it to a full-length album and then included the singles that were released early that year, just before Sgt. Pepper's, of course, talking about Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane, and then they also included the single All You Need Is Love and Baby You're a Rich Man, and then included that to make a full-length album. Excellent idea, and it still encapsulates the whole sound from 1967. That was a brilliant, brilliant idea. So anyway, when I picked this up used, it said includes the booklet, and I didn't check, although now I've learned my lesson, and I'm always kind of trying to check things, if the booklet's, if they say the booklet's included, see if the booklet's included, and sure enough, the booklet is included. However, and of course it's the classic gatefold comes out, the booklet is included, however, yeah, it's missing the first page, or the overleaf page. So you still get, pictures, and you still get the whole, because they do the whole story inside. If I can open it up for you here. So you're not missing any of the actual content, but you are missing the outer page. So the booklet was included, and then why did they say the booklet was included, but then the booklet wasn't fully included, or there's something missing from the booklet? Like, why would you... Again, again, it was used, so it wasn't a bad price, but still at the same time, if you're going to say booklet included, you should have it properly included that way. So I did pick up the album. This is obviously a reissue of the album, and then it does say includes 24-page full-color booklet. Maybe I had to read the fine print on the other one, so let's open this up. I do like the way they tried to keep it very much in the original style, and instead putting the price code on the hype sticker here, and of course Magical Mystery Tour remastered, stereo remastered album on heavyweight 180-gram vinyl. And yeah, so this is using a 2009 digital remasters, which had been created from the original stereo analog master tapes. So let's crack this open. Yeah, it's just the slightly frustrating thing of buying albums that way, when they say something's included, or you're assuming something's included and it's not. And so I do try to be careful, or try to do at least a little bit of the research. Is the poster included? Is the insert included? And sometimes I don't. It's not a big deal if if the price is right, if a poster or whatnot isn't included. But when you're saying one thing, I don't know. Okay, so nice gloss on here, and we've got the booklet included inside here. And there we go. So that's, yeah, because I certainly remembered that picture on the back there. And so as you see in the other one, it started there, so it looks like everything's included there, which is very nice. And then the picture on the back, and you know, that's such a classic, great picture of the Beatles from Magical Mystery Tour. Okay, so that is included. And then we'll take a quick look at the album, and of course the insert here, or the gatefold there. And we'll pop that open. A nice polyline sleeve. And there you go. Okay, so there's the booklet. And I didn't show you the label on the other one. This was hardly an original pressing, certainly for the price, and certainly with this label, but that's the old one. And there you go. So there's Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles. Moving right along, and another example. As you've seen on one of my previous videos, I did pick up a box set of the Velvet Underground. It's all their mono Verve MGM albums. And I had picked this up just prior to that. I'd seen this in a record store out of town. And looked like it was a decent price. Again, I knew it was a reissue, that sort of thing, but this was sitting in the shop, and you see $29, which is a reasonable price, certainly in terms of classic reissues. That's, you know, around the price, so I picked that up. But then, yeah, looking at it, and everything looks good, but then noticed it actually wasn't sealed. This is it's a very heavyweight jacket here, if you will, so, okay, I thought this was... Just kind of assumed it was all sealed, so taking this out, and you know, seeing that the label's on, everything looks good, looks nice, opens up the gatefold, everything like that, and then you know the album looks good inside, which is still, of course, the main thing, and nice polyline sleeve and everything like that, and on the Verve label, and you know, giving it a spin, everything sounds good, and then looking in. Here, it's open here. I wonder if something was supposed to go in there. And sure enough, going online, something was supposed to go in there. With this 50th anniversary release, they do include some sort of booklet, that sort of thing. But didn't know that when I picked it up initially, and didn't have any reason to suspect why any of that wasn't going to be included with this. And this was in a record store which had other sealed new vinyl records, and I guess maybe by the $29 price as opposed to often $30 or $35, $40 or whatever. Maybe I should have known, but I know I should take it back, but it's a record store way out of town that I don't really get to, so again, the record's fine and everything like that, but it's like, again, it's that, why wouldn't you just say booklet's not included, or for that price, that sort of thing. It's discouraging that way. So that's, yeah, it's just so fun, those funny little things. So, needless to say, I did pick this up, so I haven't opened this yet. So this is the same sort of 50th, or roughly 50th anniversary release. And as you might have seen on the last video, when they had released this, there was issues, I can show you to compare. It was certainly initially released like this, but there were some issues with this person that's featured in this projection, the person that's upside down, not Lou Reed, but this person here, who didn't want their face being used or felt they should be compensated for that, and then there was some lawsuits, and so what they did often is put just a big sticker right over top of it. And it's interesting that the way they packaged this is that's kind of what they did. Now, the sticker wouldn't have been quite that big, but it was very similar to what they wound up doing. They just would slap a sticker over it just to cover up that certain individual. So it's kind of like that, as you can see. 50th anniversary, so let's open that up. See what's inside. I'm still kind of half dreading that the booklet or something like that's going to be missing, which does happen. I've had that. It's rare, but I've had certainly CDs where the booklet is missing, or I've had certainly CD box sets where one of the CDs is missing or a DVD is missing. It's not, certainly not unusual. Okay, so I'll gently take that off, because I'd like to save that hype sticker. That's got to be one of the biggest hype stickers I've ever seen. Alright, so we'll put that down. Nice gloss here. Everything looks good. We'll open that up. Again, this classic album. And we'll first take a look at... okay. Alright. right, so it's interesting. It was even also missing the sleeve insert, as I recall. Let me just take a quick look. So this was the one I picked up. Yeah, had this kind of a sleeve. Same record, 50th anniversary, and then this was the sleeve. Wow. That, and then the same label, so okay, so nice to have that. And then I see, so that's actually in the first part of the gatefold, and then in the second part of the gatefold we have in fact the long lost booklet, and there it is. We'll take a quick look inside, and again, doesn't feel like it's super extensive, but it's nice little essays work going on there. And then lyrics as well. Very nice. So there you go. I guess it's buyer beware, or certainly do your research. And I guess for me, don't be afraid to ask questions. That's going to do it for me. We'll chat again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.